Hey guys, a follow-up to my first impressions video on Far Far West. This one's just a small video on a topic that I haven't seen too many people talk about yet. In fact, I've only actually seen 2 posts even talking about the fact that these exist. So thank you, Mr. Gergoth on Reddit and Steam, as well as William, I hope I pronounced that correctly, on Reddit for getting some info out there. The refiner and copy press are 2 structures that have a small chance of generating in a random location in any mission you do. They can either not generate at all, only one of them generate, or if you're really lucky, both of them can spawn at the same time. Interacting with either structure allows you to manipulate the jokers you acquire within a mission in different ways. The refiner allows you to take any of the jokers you're holding and roll it into a different random joker of the same rarity for a small gold cost. The higher rarity the joker is, the more gold it costs to roll. This interaction is limited only by your gold, so if you're not happy with the joker it gives you, then you can roll it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until you're happy with what it spits out, or until you go broke. The copy press allows you to take any of the jokers you're currently holding and duplicate it for a cost. The price of this is a lot higher than in the refiner, plus the number of times a player can use the copy press is limited to 5. As far as I can tell, this limit is per player, but that's just a guess because I haven't been able to test that theory because I haven't found either one of these machines in a public lobby yet, and it took me a bunch of leaving missions and re-queuing for other ones in order to even get the refiner to spawn, and even more tries with the copy press. They really do seem like they're fairly rare. Like one of the Reddit posts said about 1/3 of a chance to spawn, which I feel like it might even be less than that, and I think that's interesting for the current game state, but these buildings might become even more important following update 1, which I'll talk about closer to the end of the video. However, just because they're not marked on the map with a waypoint doesn't mean they're not displaying on the map. Thanks again to user Mr. Gergoth on Reddit and the Steam guides for publicizing the fact that both these buildings actually appear on the world map as part of the topography. On the left side of the screen is what the refiner looks like on the map, kind of like a weird looking ink blot. On the right is what the copy press looks like, kind of like someone flicked a paintbrush head at a canvas, but the key shape is probably the larger shape on the top right. And as you can see from multiple maps, they're exactly the same every single time. They don't always spawn in the same spot, nor do they always spawn, period, so you'll have to skim your eyes a bit when you load into a mission, but if one exists in the mission, you'll be able to find out right away when you join. Again, I'm not completely sure why more people aren't talking about these buildings. By now, you might see a couple of videos on the topic, especially after the latest patch notes came out for update 1, but when I tried to search for them on YouTube a couple of days ago, there was literally nothing on either of them. With the fact that jokers are becoming client-side, I think it's going to be a lot more important for squads to have access to these 2 buildings to curate jokers a bit more towards a certain playstyle. It definitely feels bad to get the elemental cooldown jokers when you're running none of the certain element, or some like plus gravity jokers when your whole kit revolves around, literally revolving around your enemies at Mach 10. It's already a bit of an issue in solo runs nowadays, so perhaps making the generation chances for these buildings a bit higher could be a nice quality of life change for solo players as well as squads in this upcoming update. It would also be nice to be able to ping jokers in order to relinquish them to teammates, but that's another topic entirely. Anyways, this was just a short video to show what the refiner and copy press are and how to find them. I hope this helped a bit. If it did, it'd be awesome if you guys left a like on the video, and just like always, feel free to comment if there's anything from this game that you'd like to hear about, or any other game for that matter, and mainly things that you haven't seen other creators cover. There's been a bunch of channels popping up out there for Far Far West, dedicated to Far Far West, doing like build guides and tips and tricks and all the standard stuff, and I don't really want to step on their feet, plus they just have a lot more time than me to get their weapons to max prestige and all that stuff and deck out their guns and jokers and whatever, so I'll leave that stuff to them. I think they're better at it than me, so there you go. But if there's anything else that they're not doing, I'll make a note to try and get some info for you guys. For now though, for this channel, I'll probably see you guys in a couple weeks for the early access launch of a Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core. Still can't wait for it. I still haven't been invited to the early playtest, which is unfortunate, but it's alright. So everyone in the audience, have a good morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, y'all.